Hello everyone and welcome back. I thought it was time for a book haul. If I had been organised, I would have had a look and see when the last book haul I uploaded was. But I know in October I posted my video about taking down my TBR mountain, and obviously since then there's the whole job loss thing, so I haven't really had the budget to acquire many new books. 13 books of the Wheel of Time notwithstanding, because there was no way that at 50p a book I was going to leave those on the charity table. They are not featuring in this haul because I think I went through them enough in the vlog. They are out of this room. They're actually stacked up waiting to be read, and I didn't want to disturb them. I am still looking for book 14 in that edition. I have actually since found New Spring, which I also mentioned in a vlog, so I am just waiting for that final book. I am still working on taking down my TBR mountain. It's not going as quickly as I hoped because I didn't get as much reading done while I was unemployed, basically, as I was thinking I would, because it was much harder to focus on things like that than I anticipated. But now I am employed again, the reading is going great, and I am now still working on cutting down my TBR, and there will be an update. I'm planning on an update at the end of March because it feels like a good point at the end of the first quarter of the year. But I thought I would show you what I have been buying, and I've generally, I say generally because there are a few things that aren't sequels. I've been trying to focus on sequels and finishing off series, and that's where I am funneling my money because I'm still on a pretty strict book budget, as in I would like to spend as little on books as possible and still really cut down that TBR mountain. So I will show you two sequels that I have actually already read. So the first book I'm going to kick off, The Trials of Empire by Richard Swan, and this finishes off the Empire of the Wolf trilogy, and I'm not going to go into a review, and I can't really tell you what book 3 is about of a series, but anyway, this closed out the trilogy really well, and I had a wonderful time, and everything was just a lot. There's a lot that goes on in here. So I got that pretty much as soon as that was released. I had cancelled pretty much every pre-order I had, so I still decided I needed that one. The next book actually came out in my Waterstones a little bit early, so I took that home and I think I read it that day. So this is What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher, and this actually follows up What Moves the Dead. It follows the same characters. So we're following Alex Easton as they travel home and discover that their house is abandoned and all the mysterious things that goes on. I really enjoyed that one again. It was creepy and disturbing in so many ways. Then I did buy another sequel. Let me just grab it. I have not read this one yet. This is Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner, and this follows up from Godkiller, which ended on something of a cliffhanger, so I am looking forward to getting into this one. This one follows a world where gods exist and they can be called into being by, if you start worshipping something or praying to them. So if you pray to have your crops come up, a god will appear for crops, and that's all illegal, and someone needs to go and kill that god. Of course, things turn out to be 1,000 times more chaotic than anticipated. I'm really looking forward to this one. I read Godkiller fairly recently, so I didn't have to wait too long for Sunbringer. But of course, if I read Sunbringer, I'm going to have to wait for book 3. But I do want to get to this one. And also, can I just point out how gorgeous this cover art is? This is by Tom Roberts, who also did Godkiller, and who also did The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence, which is also a gorgeous cover. Then the next book is one that I didn't actually buy. For Valentine's Day, Zara and I usually send each other something off our wish list, and she sent me The Futurological Congress by Stanislav Lem. This is a congress. It's called the Futurological Congress that happens on Earth, and people travel to Earth, and then there's an incident with a revolution and hallucinogenic drugs. It's not a long one, and I really do need to read some more from this author. So yesterday I went out shopping and I did buy 3 books yesterday, and these are not sequels. These are just things that I saw that I wanted. The first is Dangerous Dimensions, Mind-Bending Tales of the Mathematical Weird. This is an anthology by the British Library. These anthologies are fantastic. The way they work the themes have been wonderful so far. And Waterstones in Lincoln had quite a lot of the horror themed ones, which are the black covers, and only 1 or 2 of the science fiction ones. So there was a good selection to pick from, and I thought Mind-Bending Tales of the Mathematical Weird sounded a lot of fun. So I've really enjoyed those anthologies so far. Then I picked up The Immortality Thief by Taran Hunt. I have looked at this one so many times. We have a salvage, an abandoned spaceship that's going to explode. So my sort of science fiction, I do like salvage science fiction. And then the final book in this haul is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. I have seen this one recommended a lot and it really intrigued me. This one is actually out of the young adult section. So Zafira is a hunter. She's disguising herself as a man, and Nasir is the Prince of Death. And I think they have to go and look for something related to magic. This is a duology, I think. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that one, which is why I bought it. So not masses of books, and I'm certainly not going to be back in the habit of doing monthly book hauls like I did a couple of years ago. I know I did that to sort of keep myself accountable, but I still ended up with too many books. So the whole plan for 2024 is to reduce the TBR, which is why out of 7 books, I have already read 2 of them, which I think is pretty good. Anyway, I would love to know if you have acquired any books recently and what they are. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.